I paid extra for an aisle seat. Not a small upgrade either, the kind where you stare at the screen for a full minute, asking yourself if you really need it, and then click confirm anyway, because you know you'll regret it if you don't. For context, I get claustrophobic on planes. Middle seats make my chest feel tight, and window seats make me feel trapped. The aisle lets me breathe. I can stand up if I need to. It's the one thing that makes flying tolerable for me. So, yeah, I paid extra on purpose. Boarding was normal. I found my seat, stowed my bag, sat down, put my headphones on, and finally relaxed. I even thought to myself, okay, this is going to be a decent flight. About 5 minutes later, I felt someone tap my arm. I took my headphones off, already slightly annoyed, and saw a woman standing next to me. She looked stressed, but polite enough. She said, "Hi, sorry to bother you. I'm traveling with my husband, and would you mind switching seats so we can sit together?" I asked where her seat was. She pointed a few rows back. Middle seat. Immediately, I knew my answer. I said, "I'm really sorry, but I can't. I specifically paid extra for this seat because I get claustrophobic." I tried to sound calm and kind. I wasn't rude. I wasn't dismissive. Just honest. She paused for a second, then sighed, not quietly, like performatively. She said, "Wow. Okay," in that tone people use when they want you to feel bad without actually saying anything. Then her husband looked over. Full eye contact. Tight jaw, just staring at me like I'd personally ruined their anniversary trip or something. At this point, I already felt uncomfortable, but I thought that would be the end of it. It wasn't. A flight attendant came by to help people settle in and clearly noticed the tension. The woman immediately said, "I asked if he would switch seats so we could sit together, but he refused." The way she said refused made it sound like I denied her oxygen. The flight attendant looked at me and said, "It would be kind if you could switch." I said, "I understand, but I paid extra for this seat, and I really need it for my comfort." The attendant nodded, but the damage was done. The rest of the flight was miserable. Every time the husband got up to use the restroom, he brushed past me a little too close. They whispered to each other constantly, not quietly enough. I caught words like selfish and unbelievable. At one point, the woman leaned forward to talk to him and made sure I could hear her say, "Some people just don't care about others anymore." I stared straight ahead and pretended I was deeply invested in the back of the seat in front of me. Here's the thing. If they had asked nicely and the seat was similar, maybe I would have considered it. But they didn't offer to reimburse me. They didn't acknowledge that I paid extra. They just expected me to give it up. And yet, being surrounded by that energy for hours messes with your head. By the time we landed, I was exhausted, emotionally more than physically. As we stood up to deplane, the woman muttered loud enough for me to hear, "Some people have no empathy." No one said anything, but a few people nearby looked at me, not aggressively, just judgmentally. And that's what's been bothering me. I still think I was reasonable. I paid for something I needed. I didn't owe strangers my comfort, but the looks, the comments, the flight attendant implying I should have been kind, it made me wonder if I missed something. So, a ITA?